Hi there, this is Julia Molloy with Molloy Management Group, and welcome to lesson number 4. Today we get into some of the more fun stuff. Today we're going to be talking about refining all points of contact with your clients, which historically has been way more fun than doing systems and documentation. So anyway, here we go. I am sending you over a little worksheet just to help you organize your thoughts. Today I want you to think about all the ways in which your company interacts with potential clients and existing clients. Today we'll probably talk a little bit more about existing clients and that experience. That experience is what is going to drive more client referrals. Now, this worksheet is going to have you plot out all the ways in which you interact. And I'm hoping that by now you've at least got some form of your key characteristics done, because it is very important. As I mentioned in the first session, that those key characteristics they're going to be your navigational tool. So we're shooting for congruency. Okay, so if you've got your key characteristics, then you know what you're aiming for in terms of all of your clients' point of contacts and the way that you're interacting with them. So hopefully you've got that done, because we need that to compare. Okay, so I've sent you this document. I want you to work through all the ways in which you interact. And again, it's going to be your email, the way in which you answer the phone at your office, the way you leave messages, on-site visits, in-office visits, shopping trips, documents, proposals, invoices, time billing, all of those things are points of contact with your clients. I want to give you a little story of kind of what that can be. And a good example of this comes from one of my favorite people in the whole world, Miss Barbara Berry. And I don't think she would even know that she had made such a huge impact on me and kind of my career. Back when I was first getting started, I was training a lot of kind of the big design firms on Studio Designer, the precursor to Studio Webware. And so I was just getting started, and I was scheduled to train the design team in her office. And to my surprise, I got there, got into the conference room, and there was a very beautiful silver English proper tea set, and with all of the the sugars and the specialty teas. It was just lovely. And as they informed me that we were to have tea before we got into the training, and that always struck me, because I was thinking, wow, why would they do that for me? Because I'm just this little consultant, little trainer. I mean, I was no one important. But it came to, I came to realize several years later that it had nothing to do with who I was. It had to do with who Barbara was. And that is just how she does things. And that is the lesson I'm trying to convey to you, is I want you to craft that experience that you have with your clients. Intentionally craft it. So when you go on to, let's say, a shopping trip with a client, I want you to be thinking experientially, not so much about the mission of going shopping, finding X, Y, and Z. Obviously, that's a given. But luxury, as I said, is about going beyond the ordinary into the extraordinary and thinking about the client's needs in kind of a special way. And I know a lot of you are really good at this already, but again, making it congruent and consistent with your key characteristics, and then maybe branding it either subtly or flamboyantly, as I say. A good example of this is those bottled waters with the custom little label on the outside, especially for areas that are really hot. So in keeping a cooler, like in the back of your SUV or whatever, so having cold water on site. And that's actually a really good point. When people get thirsty, they don't even realize necessarily, but they get a little cranky and impatient. So make sure that your clients, if you do have shopping trips with them, are very well hydrated. But to the original point is crafting those experiences. I know that there are several of you, I'm sure, that don't have in-office meetings. You tend to do them at the client's home, maybe because you're working out of your home office and you're really just not set up for it. But I would like you to take whatever venue you're using and make it as experiential as possible. And if you can, possibly, clear out a storage space or something like that. I've got a ton of, before and after stories about people have absolutely transformed that in-office client experience, with the signature snack. Like Barbara's, obviously very congruent with her brand, was the English tea. What would be congruent for a signature snack for your firm? And what is the feel of that in-office experience? What does the office, the conference room or your meeting feel like? What needs do you attend to during that meeting? How can you polish that so that it really is something that you provide consistently when people come in to see you and is kind of a trademark? It becomes a part of your brand. People really look forward to that. So see if you can craft something like that. And again, extend those key characteristics, that the vibe and the intention behind those key characteristics into all of your points of contact. So take this homework, make your defined list of all those points of contact, and then I've provided a little area for you to write some notes on how those points of contacts could possibly be refined and or branded a little bit. All right, so thank you, good luck with that, and I'll see you tomorrow.